Photography friends, my name is Henry, and on this YouTube channel I share the behind the scenes of my photography adventures. Look what landscape photography does to us. Some tips and tricks. Then we've got the line coming in and of course a little bit of banter.
Get a look at that.
Currently releasing one video per day over the Advent period. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that little notification bell so that you don't miss any of these uploads. Now let's get into today's video. Oh, I have set myself a bit of a challenge this morning. Oh, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents, and of course welcome back to this wonderful little Advent series, and welcome to Staffordshire. So I captured an image in this particular woodland years ago. In fact, I put it on Instagram recently, and that's what sort of jogged my memory about this particular woodland, which, to be honest with you, I mean, it's nice, it's lovely for a wander, but it's nothing particularly special. But I think, you know, if you've been watching my Advent series recently, the past few videos, I've just been getting stuck into some like local photography, trying to get around and enjoy some areas that are, you know, not grand, not massive, not up in the Highlands of Scotland and places like that. And you know what? I've just been really enjoying it. And I think I love this idea or this reality that as landscape photographers, nature photographers, outdoor, whatever you want to call it, we just have this appreciation for the world around us that for me is, and I've talked about this before, it is the biggest gift that I've got since the moment I first picked up a camera. It's given me a positive outlook on the world, and yeah, I always try my best to find, I guess, beauty in any sorts of situations. So I was going to say beauty in the mundane. I think that would be a bit of a stretch because this woodland's gorgeous. It's certainly not mundane. However, oh, this is nice, isn't it, all this moss? I do think it's going to be a bit of a challenge for the landscape photography this morning, but that is good. That is exactly what I'm after. Oh wow, honestly, when you just take the time to start looking and to slow down, you start seeing. You really do start seeing. So I've just noticed this really, shouldn't even be touching it to be honest, this really fragile little, what is it? Is it an oak leaf? Is it a sapling oak? I'm not too sure, but it stood out to me because look at all his mates. All his mates are gone, almost, clinging on for dear life, but then this has still got just a little bit of colour and so much beautiful detail and texture. Now, a little bit of a technical issue. So yeah, it's not the end of the world, but as you can probably see from here, my tripod isn't quite high enough, even with the camera on. It's not far off, but I haven't got my centre column, so I can't raise that. Well, it just means that I've got to shoot it handheld. So yeah, it's not the end of the world. It just means I'm going to have to bump my ISO up a little bit, whereas if I could have used my tripod, I probably could have shot at ISO 64. You know what, in saying that, see how it's moving a little bit? There's a very, very gentle breeze in this woodland. So I'll probably put my shutter speed up anyway, so I don't think we've missed out on anything here. So I'm at f4, which is the widest that I can go, 24mm, and I'm getting as close to the leaf as I can, whilst obviously still being able to retain focus. 1/100th of a second, quick enough shutter speed that if there is any movement here, it's going to freeze that, which is really important because there is so much beautiful detail in this little leaf here. Look how fragile it is. Even from the breath as I'm talking, it's rocking it about the gaff. And then ISO's on auto, but it's on ISO 200. So I've actually just popped it into shutter priority mode and the camera's doing the rest really. There we go. So when it comes to taking your time, especially in these sorts of locations, I suppose, you know, woodlands, and when you're out taking more intimate photographs, like I guess we've been doing today so far, I think from my point of view, it's all about pace. And I think I'm so used to hiking out in the mountains, and I guess I'm quite fast. So even when I come to locations like this, that's just my pace, you know. So I suppose that would be my best advice from my very limited experience of intimate photography, of, you know, these sorts of quieter scenes where generally you need to kind of like relax yourself a little bit and yeah, just take your time. So a few days ago I got this image really close to home, really local, and it was so much fun to photograph. And just like the leaf image that we just got, I'm taking another very intimate photograph here. This is probably even more intimate, but we've got some more of these berries. I don't know if they're the same type because I don't have a clue. I'm inclined to think that they're different, but this is so beautiful and Christmassy, and the berries are a lot more vibrant as well, which is good. So 1/100th of a second again. I mean, that shutter speed's quick, but it probably should be even quicker because I'm zoomed in so much, you know, with my hands shaking and stuff like that. But I'll check it on the preview and make sure it's sharp. F6.3, ISO's an auto at ISO 5600. Goodness me. See, I reckon inadvertently then, just before I was taking that photograph, I made probably quite a good point, and that is a lot of this sort of photography where you're slowing down and shooting these sorts of small scenes is about slowing yourself down, bringing yourself down a little bit, you know, relaxing, calming. This is something that's quite difficult for me, I have to be honest with you, because like I'm a bit of a madhead when I'm out with my camera, for the most part. When I'm out in the mountains and stuff like that, I'm just mad for it, man, all go. So yeah, it is tricky, but take it from me, with all of that being said, it definitely does help with your photography, even though it's got nothing to do with using your camera or anything like that. Oh, it really helps. I did not see this on the map. Look at this, we've got a little pond or a tiny little lake or something. Let's go and investigate. So it was no good, the pond. I might look around the other side of it, but yeah, maybe just a little bit too messy, couldn't really find anything. I just wanted to quickly check in with you and make sure you're all still enjoying the Advent series, and yeah, thank you so much for following along with me. It's been such a pleasure to be reading all of your comments, and thank you so much for like engaging and stuff, you know, giving the videos thumbs up, and it hasn't gone unnoticed, and I'm really, really grateful for all of that. And yeah, just a reminder as always, hit the subscribe button to follow me along, because this is happening right up till Christmas Eve. And make sure you hit the little notification bell as well, because there are some good locations to come as well, let me tell you that. But for now, we're in this beautiful woodland and we are lovely and present. Wow, so look at this beautiful, beautiful section of the woodland here. Conditions aren't quite right, as you can see. Look, it's like, it's really messy and gappy. There's big gaps between all the trees. It's that classic old thing, isn't it? There's no separation, there's no fog or anything like that. But I mean, one to remember, to come back to. Look at all these beautiful twisted trees here, these oak trees. It's fantastic. Seen a few little squirrels scurrying about as well. It's really nice. There's a few little grey squirrels. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep wandering and investigate. I've got back round now. I think, looking at these big massive trees here, this must have been where I got that image that I mentioned at the start of the video. Somewhere around here. I did sort of want to try and find where it was that I photographed it actually. But yeah, maybe quite attracted to more of these sorts of trees at the minute. But we'll see. And of course, I'm still thinking intimate as well. Just lovely to be out, isn't it? It's lovely. Trying to photograph the squirrels. The squirrels. No, that is well and truly a battle that I'm not gonna win this morning. At least I did get a shot. I don't know if I want to show you because it's probably, almost certainly horrendous. Definitely horrendous. I'll show you it. I'll show you it just for the crack. It's just a picture of a distant squirrel within the woodland more than anything. It's certainly not a wildlife photograph. Goodness me, I don't even want to disgrace the word or the term of wildlife photography. It was fun. It was fun though. Gosh, tricky, isn't it? So I think I found my trees, by the way. See through all of this here, the big trees there. I don't actually know what they are. Coniferous, that's all I've got. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what my plan is because I don't necessarily want to just replicate that old photograph. But I don't know. Do you reckon sometimes it's nice to visit old? I can just see another squirrel there teasing me. I can see you. Do you think it's nice to visit old locations as such, but like actual places where you took a photograph and you stood, you know, like this is maybe 3 or 4 years ago for me. I don't know, there's just something about that I think is really nice, you know, and maybe you can, or hopefully you can think, oh, I've come on quite a lot as a photographer and stuff, you know. But yeah, like I said, I don't know what the plan is, but we're here now. Yeah, they are pine trees, aren't they? Someone let me know in the comments. I mean, there's pine needles all over the deck, but yeah, they look a little bit different than other pine trees. I don't know. They're lovely though. So the sun's just popped out for a little while. He's just gone back in now, but it's kind of cloudy with a fair bit of blue sky, so I'll probably be back soon. And I've just been taking a few shots of this scratty little piece of bracken. That's all it is. That's the best I'm giving you, mate. Scratty little piece of bracken, but because they were backlit a couple of minutes ago by the sun, and it was all shining through the leaves. And the leaves, to be fair, are really beautiful because they're like this green that fades into this browny red at the tips of the leaves. And I mean, yeah, just some nice intimate shots again. Probably a square crop. Yeah, 1/200th of a second, f6.3, ISO 450, just handheld. I was even just using the LCD screen, just like that, getting really low down. Just, you know, just relaxing, man, just enjoying it. But yeah, this is brilliant. I've just been spending probably the last 15 minutes back in this area where there was a load of squirrels. And I've tried a different approach. I've tried to stay still. You can see, look, my bag's just dumped on a little tree there. And I thought I'll let all the squirrels come to me, and it was working. It was working really well. But it's a bit later in the day now, and the problem is there's lots of dog walkers out, and which is fine, but the squirrels are just legging it anytime they see a dog, obviously. So yeah, a bit of a downer. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave you there. It's been such a chilled out morning again. What's going on? It's been lovely, but thank you all so much for tuning in. Like I've been saying, do hit the subscribe button, the little notification bell so you get notified for each of these daily uploads leading right up until Christmas Eve. I'm excited to head in my van to where I'm going next. And yeah, can't wait for you to join me. Thank you so much, and I shall see you on the next adventure. Out.